You are as old as your spine. So I'm a big fan of Ido Portal, and if you don't know who he is, he's basically a movement specialist and is very knowledgeable in what he does. He has a technique called the spinal wave, and if you're familiar with dancing, it's essentially a body wave. It's basically a technique where you're moving your spine through the full range of motion to gain health benefits from it. Our spine is very complex, and when we are very stagnant and sitting or doing nothing for long periods of time, it causes our spine to be stagnant and inflexible as well. 3 benefits of doing the spinal wave include alleviating the pressure on the spine, improving blood flow to the muscles and organs of the body, and increasing body awareness and control. So this is what Ido Portal's spinal wave looks like, but let me show you some movements that can take your spinal wave to the next level and really help you improve your spinal health even more. So Ido Portal focuses the spinal wave essentially in just one plane of movement, which is the sagittal plane, but there's 2 other planes in our body that we could work on, and that includes the coronal plane and the transverse plane. So in order to take the spinal movements that he does to the next level, we can take his movement and apply it to both planes, the coronal plane and the transverse plane. The original spinal wave is performed in the sagittal plane like so. So let's take this exact movement and perform it in the coronal plane. What does that look like? So instead of doing the wave from the front to the back, we will be doing it from the left to the right and right to left. Does it look like I'm dancing? Yes, but this adds a variation to Ido Portal's spinal wave. It may take a little bit of getting used to, but it will help you with your spinal movement, increasing your range of motion and increasing body awareness. So the other plane that we can do this movement is in the transverse plane, which is rotation. So for this, pretend that there is an imaginary pole that goes from the middle of the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And what you're going to try to do is make circles around that imaginary pole with your spine, thereby looking kind of like this. You can go in both counterclockwise and clockwise directions. Take a look at how much your ribs, internal organs, and spine are moving when you're doing this motion. You could get more blood flow, more mobility, and just overall more coordination with this movement. Lastly, you can move your spine in isolation, and this can help in a lot of coordination as well. So what you're going to do is first stick your ribs out, then isolate your ribs and spine to the right, then to the back, to the left, and back to the front. You're essentially making a diamond shape and doing these movements in isolation. All 3 of these variations of the spinal wave move your spine in different ways, and it can really take your spinal movement, coordination, health, just to the next level. Every physical practice that you do involves the spine, whether you're lifting heavy and deadlifting, whether you're playing sports, whether you're dancing, whether you're walking, everything involves the spine. Spinal movement is super fundamental to your practice, whatever it is. By learning how to move your spine better with more awareness and control, you're essentially increasing your physical performance in whatever you're going to be doing. The spine is super important, and Ido Portal's spinal wave technique is a great way to improve overall spine health. Try to do all the other variations of spinal movements that I included in this video, just to take your spine movement and just overall movement to the next level, and let me know how it goes. Hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something from it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully you will see me again soon. Peace.